Hi everyone, this is Anne Marie. We're taking a look at SPY on the 4-hour chart. You know, I've tried to make this video like 16 times. No, not really, just 3. But you know me, 3 and I'm done. So whatever comes out of my mouth here is it. So sorry, and hopefully it's good enough to actually end up putting up, or there won't be a video tomorrow. I'm just saying. Okay, so here's what we have. If you went back to the last video I did, which I don't know why you'd want to do that except to see if whether I was right or not, which is great. I mean, I want to be held accountable for what it is that I say and do, or else I wouldn't be talking, right? So in any case, things look pretty nice. I did talk about the extension out, the telegraphing of upside momentum, the likelihood that it is upside draft remains. And so we did pop out of this region, blew out. Look at the days that we've had, right? Starting from the 5th, which is last week, Friday, to today, we've had quite a move. As a matter of fact, from here to here, it's over a 1618 extension, right? So that's really pretty big. Now, when we have this 1618 extension, it is likely for us to take a breath. We also are very far away from the weekly and the monthly VWAPs. We've got flat action showing up in the ergodic SMI as well as the regular SMI. Now, flat momentum in these trending zones, people like to call them overbought zones, but they're not really that, even though I fall into saying that. It's just terminology that's not really particularly accurate. But these are significantly trending zones. So when they move sideways, charts can still move up. It just means momentum is constant. But if these things start to dip, which I believe they should, because we've broken out of something very important, we've sat in for days and days and days, right? 11 days, something like that. 11 days or so. And we're popping up here. It's very likely that we come back to test it. Two things can happen. We can find out that the levy that has all the buyers packed in here have actually moved up because they're really zealous and they're sitting at the pivot protecting price action. Or they're actually sitting here where the breakout is. Now, volume has not been particularly exceptional from a long side, but it doesn't really matter, right? Volume doesn't matter only if you're looking at overall continuation of a move. Things are going to test where they're going to test. It doesn't matter if they're printing 5,000 or 500,000 of the shares. That's just the way it goes, right? Trust me on that. You just got to trust me on that. Now, whether it holds or not is volume related, but right now we're not seeing a tremendous amount of excitement from a buying perspective. I will say this, I tweeted this earlier today, we are moving up. We did break out. I think it's a combination of people trading the breakout and shorts getting squeezed. But the way these candlesticks are forming, it feels like the buyers are nervous. I certainly am a buyer, but I am nervous buying at this level. I'm not buying with size. There's no way. And I'm keeping my stops really, really tight. And I see that in the candlestick formations, right? We're just sort of playing the inchworm game. Climb up a little and then inch around here, and then climb up a little and then inch around here. And so that, to me, the personality event that's coming out here is a little bit of nervousness, even though, hey, listen, all right, I'm going in. I'm in. It's breaking out. I got to trade it, which is me, right? There's the pattern. I got to trade the pattern. I'm not going to second guess the pattern. Okay, I can second guess myself, but not the pattern. The pattern says to trade it and go long. That's exactly what it is that we're doing. Doesn't mean that it's going to be a whiz-bang runaway, right? And if you get overzealous and start piling in long because you think this is a breakout that's going straight to the moon, you do not understand wave action, because this thing has to come back to test its broken levels, right? We have these levels up here in the SMI that are very high, right? That's the reason people call this overbought. because they're extremely high and they have to work off. Now, just because they get to working off, meaning coming back to lower levels, doesn't mean it's rotating. It just means it's taking a breath and likely coming into relative support, which is very likely. So is the levy here or is the levy here? And when the sellers force it down, is there enough to hold it? If not, it's going to go to the midpoint of this channel that we've been holding. Look to the left, see how many price action candlestick events are sitting right there. That's a very, very, very likely space if it falls through this level. Otherwise, it's going to pop, give us yet another higher low, and we're going to be off to the races again. All right, so pay attention and just follow the levels.